Our top story is about rebuilding Gaza. After 16 months of war, the strip has been flattened. Now, Donald Trump wanted to expel Palestinians and rebuild it as a Riviera. The Egyptians have another plan, and the Arab leaders are all agreeing to Egypt's plan. What is the bigger picture here, and what is in sight for Gaza? Listen in.
We hope that the Arab Summit will implement its decisions and carry out reconstruction as soon as possible. We will not leave Gaza, and we shall die in Gaza.
The Arab League has endorsed Egypt's plan to rebuild Gaza, but the Palestinians are only cautiously optimistic. The $53 billion plan aims to rebuild Gaza as well as the lives of Palestinians in the next 5 years. It focuses on emergency relief, infrastructure restoration, and long-term economic development. The plan is broadly divided into 2 phases. The early reconstruction phase is expected to last around 6 months and will cost $3 billion. Egypt plans to set up 7 designated sites in Gaza to accommodate over 1 million Palestinians in temporary housing units. Egypt says it has already set up a committee with competent Palestinians who will administer Gaza for these 6 months.
An agreement has been reached on the names of the interim committee that will govern Gaza Strip for 6 months and at the same time empowering the Palestinian Authority to become able to carry out its duties and responsibilities in the Gaza Strip. This committee is non-partisan, that doesn't belong to any faction.
The second reconstruction phase will take place in over 4.5 years. The initial stage, running up to 2027, with a budget of $20 billion, will focus on rebuilding essential infrastructure, including roads and public service facilities. The second leg, that is expected to last till 2030, with an estimated cost of $30 billion, aims to complete infrastructural projects, including industrial zone, commercial fishing, and seaport. The plan proposes an initial supervised trust fund that will be supervised internationally. Cairo is expected to host donor conferences to gather funds. The Egyptian plan sidelines any role for the Hamas in Gaza and envisions its future under a reformed Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian president says he is ready to hold elections in all Palestinian territories.
We would like to emphasize that we are fully prepared to hold general presidential and legislative elections within the next year if the appropriate conditions are available in Gaza, the West Bank, and East Jerusalem.
Just like in Lebanon, the plan raises the prospect of the UN deploying a peacekeeping force in the occupied West Bank and Gaza. Israel says the Arab League's Gaza plan fails to acknowledge the realities of Hamas's October attack on Israel. US President Donald Trump's special envoy called it a good first step from the Egyptians.
I just finished reading it. There's a lot of compelling features to it. We need more discussion about it, but it's a good faith first step from the Egyptians.
While the Arabs and West remain firm on how they view Gaza's future, will the Arabs and Muslim League be able to convince Washington to rebuild the lives of Palestinians in their ancestral land?